Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm replicating the Louvre museum that is located in Paris, and I have been thinking about doing that for a while, but I was always struggling to think how I would even do it. But now I thought I would just try, and I knew that I needed an entrance area for the museum on in the pyramid, because that is what is actually happening. So you go inside the pyramid, um, yeah, and just move into the museum from there. So I knew that I needed that. So that was one challenge, but I just went around that bit because, of course, it's all glass, the whole pyramid. So I went around the wall bit that I needed with like all glass windows. So I thought that it looked enough like the thing that I wanted to replicate that I could go ahead and do the whole thing. But of course, the whole museum is like enormous and really, really large. So I knew that I couldn't replicate everything. But I decided I would just use part of the building that can be seen behind it. So it's like a U-shaped building around the pyramid, and in the middle the pyramid is like the entrance area. And I used the building that is behind that, so the bottom of the U, if you can call it that, and I replicated that for the rest of the museum. So it has like an underground area, which is like the entrance area, and where you pay maybe for like being able to enter, and the actual museum part is in the part that you can see here. In the actual museum in Paris, that isn't quite the case. It's a little bit different. But as I already said, I couldn't actually replicate it because it's way too large. And yeah, so I just tried to get the feeling of it. And as you can see, I'm finished with like the entrance area with the layout and the shell structure. And there's a lot of like open space and no ceiling or floor, and just like staircases. And that is actually what is happening in the actual museum in Paris. At least as far as I can remember it. I was there like years ago, so I'm not sure on all the details, but that is what I can remember. And you can also see it on like pictures that there's a lot of space there and open area. But I didn't want to like even try to replicate it as exact as possible. I just wanted to get the feel of it correct. So yeah, that's what I did, I think. And I also put down a bunch of floor lights just because I could, and I wanted to fill that area. And then I was basically finished with the outside area. I just needed to actually do the fountains correctly, and they are those triangle shapes or triangle-like shapes, and there's just one fountain in the middle of each of those fountains. So yeah, I replicated that. And then I went inside and I put down railings for the stairs. I also put in lights because I couldn't see anything. So I thought, okay, I needed to change that so I could actually build. And I also put down a bunch of staircases so the Sims can move up and down the build and go to each floor. And then I started with actually furnishing everything. And as you can see, I did a bathroom there just because there was like a little bit of space, and I needed to put something there because I didn't want to waste it, but there wasn't space for anything else. And I also did a larger bathroom area on the right side of the build, and I did that for the first floor and the second floor. and I just copied it upstairs, as you can see here, and I didn't do anything else for that. I didn't change it or anything. And then I moved on to the windows in the back because I hadn't done that yet. I just did the front because I knew how I wanted it to look, because it is clearly visible in the pictures that I looked at. So I did that, but the back I hadn't done yet, so I decided to wait until it made sense, and that was the point in time that did make sense. And then I actually looked at the requirements, and I had already fulfilled a few of those, but I still needed to fulfill the rest. So I went to that, and I put down a bunch of statues in the second floor, I think. And yeah, I just put them down, and I decided to rearrange some of them so it fits better with everything. And then I went to the wall decor, and I just put down paintings for that. I didn't go to the fourth to last tab. There is a bunch of more wall decor, but I already knew what kind of paintings I wanted to use. I wanted to use like the really expensive ones because they remind me a lot about of the paintings in the actual Louvre, so I thought that made the most sense. The painting that I especially like is the last one, I think, in the base game category, the one with the fancy frame around it that is already quite large, and that is because it does remind me of one of the paintings in the Louvre. The one that is opposite the Mona Lisa is like a really large scene that is supposed to represent a wedding, I think. I'm not quite sure I remember it correctly, but I really like that painting. I think it's really intricate. It's also really, really large, and I thought that it's almost better than the Mona Lisa, so I really enjoyed that painting, because honestly the experience of actually seeing the Mona Lisa is a little bit disappointing almost, because it's like behind glass and behind like a like an area that is fenced off, so you can't even go all that close to it, so it's a little boring, I think. And I enjoyed the really large painting way more that is opposite the Mona Lisa. And then I was finished. Now you can see some screenshots of the build. I hope you like it. You can download it from the gallery. My ID is TGGSims, same as my YouTube channel name. I also hope that you liked the video and will consider pressing the thumbs up button and subscribing. Thanks very much for watching, and have a great week. Bye!